Hi everyone and welcome to House of Wax's first ever IGTV. So this year Amelia and I really want to work on bringing interviews to you guys where we speak to some of our favourite up and coming bands in the rock industry right now. For our first session I have Louder Than Quiet here from Washington DC. Hello everyone.
Hey.
Hello, y'all.
How are you all?
Good. Pretty good. I'm pretty sure the rest of the world knows that things going on, so we're okay.
Yeah, things are going on. That's a good way to put it.
Things are going on.
Things are definitely going on right now. It's very hectic. And I basically just want to go through a few questions with you guys after hearing your latest single, which we'll just talk about later on. But I just want to ask you guys a bit about yourself. So who are Louder Than Quiet?
So we are more like a R&B hardcore band, a soulful hardcore band. I think that's the best way to describe it. Awesome. We've done a lot of things in alternative and rock music and metal music in general. So we just, a group of guys from DC that pretty much do it. Like, well, I say the DMV area is kind of like I'm on the line of DC and Maryland.
Yeah.
I got drummers in Virginia. Like, we got people in Maryland. It's sort of like that one area where it all coincides. So
probably like a 20-30 mile radius.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Daniel's iPhone is trying to enter the room. Who's Daniel? Who we got?
Oh yeah, that's our keyboard friend.
Add. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that everyone wasn't here.
Oh yeah. No.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Have we got everyone here now?
No, we actually missing one person.
We need one more person. Okay, should we just have a quick wait for Nick to enter the room then?
He should be on the way.
Okay, what do you want to do? Would you want to carry on?
We can, yeah. Nick understands.
How about before Nick starts, we can just get each of you to sort of introduce who you are and what you guys do in Louder Than Quiet. So if you want to just go one by one.
Oh yeah. Dan, you want to go first?
Yeah, you just enter the room. Sure. Why don't you start? That'd be great.
Sure.
There's two Dans. That's the wild thing.
So is Dan.
Daniel's iPhone, he Grim.
That's Grim.
Okay. Right. Is it Grim? Do you want to just tell me what you do?
Okay. All right. So, I'm Grim. I play the piano and I write. Nice. I co-write. So, yeah.
Nice. Who wants to go next?
I'm the other Daniel. I play guitar, and I've been in this band for a little while now. Had such a good time, and it's awesome. It's just I'm so glad that we're actually like together and doing things like more often now. It's a good time. It's good to be on this live with you.
Yeah.
With everybody here. I'm just happy.
I'm excited to talk with you guys about the band and the new track. So I'm super excited as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm Ali. I'm the singer and bassist right now. I was guitar, but I'm happy to be on bass. Thank goodness.
Nice. And then we have RJ.
I'm RJ. I play drums, and I'm the resident old guy. I'm the oldest of the bunch. So I'm oftentimes the voice of reason.
Oh, you've got to have a dad in the group, I suppose. Okay. What we'll do is I'll keep going through, and obviously is it Mike?
I mean Nick.
Nick, oh my gosh. Once Nick gets in here, we'll try and get him as involved as possible. Now I wanted you guys to just talk me through a little bit about the band name and where you guys came up with that.
So actually this is the wild part. The band name actually doesn't have any meaning. It's funny. We had a very nice string of shows in the early Loud and Quiet days, and it sort of just came out of this book that a friend had. She was an artist, and the name stuck. It's been sticking for a long time, and it's it means a lot to a lot of fans. So we've actually even thought about changing it a couple times, but it really, the fans wanted the name, and we just, you know, we were providing. You know, it's kind of wild how it happened too. We opened the book and we had all these names on this board, and it was like Killing Britney and all these wild names and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Loud and Quiet was the first name in the book that everybody was like, okay, we could just move with it. Let's see how it goes. And it's been that way this whole time. People even made fun of us for it. Thank you.
I actually really like it. I really like the idea of Loud and Quiet. Like it makes sense, but it doesn't. I don't know, but I think it's cool. What name did you think of as a second thing if you weren't going to keep Louder Than Quiet?
Man, one time we were thinking LaFont. That would have been hard.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
See, I was saying.
I've always been partial to Lincoln Bio.
Lincoln Bio.
I love that. And I wanted you guys to just sort of go through with me how the band sort of came about, like how you guys got together, really.
Oh man, so we got together. Well, it was been like Loud and Quiet's been a thing for a little while. We had like our ups and downs with members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This group got together because we wanted it to survive. There was a point where it was about to end. If you look up our old stuff, it's a lot of like heavier stuff, and a lot of those members are gone. And this group that we have right now, you know, we had a choice. We were like, do we want it to end, or do we want to see where it can go? And we've never really tried to not be extra super heavy.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know, let's see what we could do, you know, in a more rock sound, you know, like I wanted to see like, okay, we put a little bit more singing, what can happen?
And I love that. That's really sick. When did Loud and Quiet officially form? Is it 2016?
No, actually, Loud and Quiet formed in 2010.
Oh, nice. So you've been sort of going for a while, but you've had ups and downs with sort of members, really.
Yeah, and I think the thing that was crazy is that like a lot of other places in America, most people would consider this style of music not for Black people. So it's
it's really strange how currently the rock industry, especially metal and stuff, is really whitewashed, and how today's vision of rock, whether that be through punk or metal, like screamo, is really, really white, like male wash. It's really strange considering like where it stemmed from with like Sister Rosetta Thorpe, like Lead Belly, X-Ray Specs. Like there's so many people of color that it's like come from. It's just so weird that in today's society we think of it as like this one-dimensional thing. But I absolutely love your stuff, and I completely agree. I think a massive thing for House of Wax is our whole ethos is that we want to like show people that the rock industry isn't just white, and that there's so many cool bands of color like doing it the way bigger bands are doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you a counter question. Do you think a lot of that, the kind of the whitewashing of the industry, is more so because of kind of the whitewashing, like the whites kind of trying to take over it, or do you think it's because Black people are not really accepting the idea that this is still our music?
Oh God, that's a difficult one. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's massively actually down to white people not wanting to admit that there is like people of color out there doing good stuff like this. Because I mean, I grew up, you know, anyone grew up reading about the rock industry and reading about the Beatles and reading about the Sex Pistols. You read about all these people are like chucked down at your faces. I don't think there's enough resources. There is resources, but there's not enough. Like if you want to find it, you've got to dig. And so I partially sort of blame the white people, I suppose, because their narrative is always going to come before ours anyway. But I also do think, maybe it is partially like some people of color might not feel comfortable to accept that this is like music for them. Because it took me a while to be like,
Because I think something that's unique to everybody in Louder Than Quiet story, at some point, like in high school or whatever, we all came to the point where it's like, now you're weird because you listen to rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like you're a weirdo because you listen to pop punk. But it's like, it's a rhythmic music, period.
Yeah,
which stems from Black culture.
Yeah,
but the crazy thing is like where we live, that we have like a leg up on most places in America because we had a style of music that was a band style of music that is crazy, and it normally leads people to always playing instruments in our area in America. It's called go-go. And because of the wildness of how modern go-go is, like bounce beat go-go, because of how crazy it sounds, there were a lot of kids who were more open to crazy instruments, but they just didn't want to label it as rock. They didn't just want to say it was rock music. They want to be like, oh yeah, no, like I just like crazy drums and guitars all over the like I like bass loud, and you know, I like my bass player to be so loud it sounds like it's coming out the speakers about to break it. But they just didn't want to say that anything was rock inspired at all. So we just
denial.
Well, not even.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like,
it's denial. There's denial.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Denial.
What do you do,
well.
Nicholas? Nicholas is in the building.
Better late than never, everybody. I'm Nick. I play guitar.
Amazing. Thank you. I was just about to ask you that, actually.
Yeah. Hello. My bad. I was putting up groceries.
That's all right. That's
Gotta eat.
I do forget there's obviously a massive time difference here. So for you guys, your day is just starting, whereas here it's like 5 o'clock at night. Like, so.
Yeah, like I actually thought. Yeah, I got a little confused with the time. I thought it was supposed to be 5 over here, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, don't worry. We're just on to our next question, which I wanted to bring up. Who are Loud and Quiet's musical influences? Go.
That is vast. That's very vast.
Everybody should name at least 2 because we go all day with this.
Okay, let's do like 2.
And everybody, let's not name
the same thing.
Okay,
yeah.
One at a time. Name 2 each.
Cool. I started it out. I guess I said Dance Gavin Dance.
And who's your second one?
That. I don't know. It's come back to me on that.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Right, let's go.
Yeah.
Ali, you start.
All right, so mine that I'm gonna say to take y'all's is I'm gonna say one of my favorite go-go bands, which is XIB, but also Deftones, because oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Deftones, but I didn't want it to be too, you know what I'm saying, up the alley. I'm not trying to branch out a little bit.
They're heavy, but they still sing.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I already know. They're my favorite band, 100%.
Oh, that's what's up.
Amazing.
Okay.
Sick.
It's kind of speaking to like kind of our the new crossover kind of approach, I guess, of like where we're headed. Linkin Park.
Yeah.
How you can't really, it's not really like genre specific. And then a band I used to play with, they infuse kind of a go-go feel into rock music, Red, Gold, Green. And I think we have some of those elements where we're blending like a rhythm that's true to our region, but like making it more digestible in a rock sense.
Yeah, 100%. I love that.
I guess I'll go next. So a band that we all love, that I'm pretty happy that we all love, Paramore.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah,
all day.
We'll all take Paramore. And the second band is probably speaking in the direction that we're probably going to be infusing with later is the internet.
Nice.
True. I can see that.
I like that. That's cool. I also love how like it's like the obvious thing for Paramore, like obviously.
Yeah, it's like Linkin Park 2 is like clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Nick, your second joint, bro. That joint could be Bring Me to the Horizon, low key. I mean, just saying.
Actually, I'll throw it up there just because of like the lineage, the longevity, and how they managed to just stay ahead of the wave while changing through this, like I'm saying, through the cycle. You know, I don't know. I can appreciate that for what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
He's muted.
You know, Dan gonna be like Weldon.
Weldon in the car.
Dan gonna be like, yeah, boy, you know I be welding.
I'll be welding while I drive.
Lights the fire in my life.
It's a running joke because he actually does weld. He's a welder.
Right. Okay. Okay.
He going back to school.
He can be our blacksmith.
Daniel, are you ready to give us your influences?
Yeah, my favorite band is Kill Switch Engage.
Nice.
And Michael Jackson is my favorite artist.
Love that.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, Kill Switch will forever be.
It gets hard because like we can name different influences in different styles of music. So it gets really round table talk if we start talking about, you know.
Yeah.
What do you like? You know, it gets really broad.
Like, with the new music, it really reflects all of that.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, it's like a big pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to you guys because obviously on the 15th of Jan you released Somber Rose, which I heard. I don't know how I came across it. I think I was looking for new bands at the time. I was looking for new bands of colour who I hadn't heard of yet, and I came across it on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is really, really, really fucking good." And I just really wanted to speak to you guys. Like, can you talk to me a bit about the track?
Yeah, sure. It's actually kind of old. So it came about because a couple years ago we were going through our usual, saying turbulent times, and then we were kind of, working on new material and getting kind of hung up on ideas and what direction to go in. And then Ali kind of made like this draft for what became Somber Rose. And then like when we kind of regrouped, I was like, yo, we could use this song.
Yeah.
And then we kind of brought it to the table. Everybody was like, yeah, solid, straightforward, nice comeback song, really kind of gives off a different feel. And I don't know, it kind of was like a reformation effort, I guess, just kind of like getting the ship running again.
Yeah, no, I really, really like it. I didn't realize it was like a reformation song either, but I really fucking love it. I wanted to sort of ask you about how the recording process was with this track.
Oh, it was all over the place.
I was about to say somebody speak on it.
Man, look, we ain't gonna say too much, but we're gonna say we recorded a couple of different places. I recorded one of the main rough drafts at my friend's house in LA. If he ever answers the phone again, because I don't know what the heck happened to him. And then I came back home and we were at the studio that Grim was at, the Daniel that is known as Grim. And honestly, we were at the studio for him, and then his engineer was like, "Oh man, I was like, can I do these quick vocals on this kind of rough track?" And he was like, "Go ahead." And I did it one take. Honestly, some of the stuff that you hear on the song was from that one take still, because when I did it, I really felt the words.
Yeah,
it was written about our past members leaving, like a couple of them specifically.
Yeah,
it was truly about them. Because man, I had gone through too much with them, and I was feeling it.
Oh,
and then when I did that one draft, that was it. Like really, everybody was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, bro, this is kind of nice."
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh man," I didn't even think people were gonna like it as much as they did. Like even the band, they were like,
"Pretty good."
At one point, Nick was trying to convince me, "Oh man, we still gotta stay us," and I was like, "You right," but I was like, "We really gonna release Somber Rose? Like, that's how people gonna feel?" And he was like, "Man, people gonna like this joint."
I can't believe he did it in one take. Like, that's really, really good. That's really good, honestly.
We be singing or whatever.
I went back
big Jay-Z vibes.
I redid like one word or two, but that was it.
Yeah.
The most of the one take, when I tried to redo it at another studio, it just didn't sound right.
Yeah.
It sounded all like pretender, like,
Yeah. And I just wanted to ask a bit about the music video. Like, where did you come up with the idea of how you shot it and where it was shot, really?
Oh,
we kind of table talk. We literally got on Zoom like this.
Yeah.
It was like, "Hey guys, so video, creepy. Want to go outside?" And
exactly.
kind of just roses. We kind of just threw ideas in the pot and kind of just think tanked it.
So sort of like slightly like improvised.
Well, no, we were trying to make because like the last time we did a music video, it was racially charged and Afropunk covered it. And that's how I even know about Nova Twins is because Afropunk and that whole, so we did that video and it was such a huge production.
Yeah.
But it didn't even get the notoriety that the one that we did in my friend's basement got, the one that's our biggest other than Somber Rose. So this time we were like, you know, how do we make some art for y'all, for the fans who held us down all this time? We wanted to make a movie. That's basically how it came to be.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It's a really good idea, which actually brings me on to the question of how do you feel your response has been with this track, with bringing this as your like reformation track?
It's kind of been overwhelming a little bit because like we were sitting there for a second and we were like, oh, okay. I'm new to the band, but I've been a fan of the band since I found out about them in like 2013.
Nice.
I was like, I had always been playing in other bands and stuff, but like I was like, wow, it'd be great to be a part of their band and watching them make music videos and making music that I liked. And I was just like, and they live literally right next door. That's crazy. And I'm just like, and then being a part of this band and then making that music video and then watching it reach 100K.
Yeah.
I was like, this
is like, stop.
This
Slow
is
me
not
down.
That was such a gratifying
up.
experience for me, just watching the views slowly start. Not slowly, very quickly.
No, yeah, it kind of just like gradually came up. Like actually, me, Ali, and Dan.
It kind of confirmed. It kind of confirmed, like, I guess for me, I don't know about the other members, but it kind of confirmed that we were actually good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Back.
Like, okay, we're good enough to pull these numbers. We're good enough to do these things because you know what I'm saying, we work hard.
Yeah,
you know
100%. I mean, when I was checking it out as well, I was like, I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, this has done like so well. Like, got so many views, and the comments were like all really positive. Like, it looks really good. Like, I'm excited about what this year is going to be for you guys.
Man, what did I say? The one thing about that's wild is like, you know, we are not new to making music.
Yeah.
It's just that we are an artist that most people are not used to seeing. So I feel like it's almost like, I guess, how Gym Class Heroes was in the very, very, very beginning. Everybody was like, do I really want to hear like this type of rapper in this type of band? Yeah. And then they also had a 10-year span with just making people believe. And then one day they were like, okay, we don't feel about ramen. And we got Patrick Stump on the hook. And we big now. And I feel like with us, it's like, it's the same thing. We're making people believe still. Like, and we know people, but it's just like, everybody's waiting on us for that big song, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, I've never doubted that we were a good band.
Yeah.
I always knew
also, add Gym Class Heroes to the influences.
Gym Class. Okay, sick. I just have a couple more questions left for you guys. So that was, are you currently signed to a label at the moment? I did have a couple of researching, but I couldn't quite work that out.
Well, I mean, we're not on a major. Like we have a friend and she owns a label and I'm part of that label. And she basically has been helping us fund all of it because she believed. She was the one person who believed, you know?
Amazing.
And I feel
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to her. The company's called Black Magic. Her name is Denver. And man, she go by Queen Mother. Honestly, if you look her up, you're gonna see that.
I love that.
But it's funny because it's like, you know, through the entire history of Louder Than Quiet, self-funding from server checks and lifting and Ubering your way into, you know, alternative press.
Yeah.
It has been a hard road, man. It's been a hard road, man. You get
latte
Johnny Craig
art
on the
for
song,
shirts.
and then next thing you know, he's ostracized by the whole community. These things are wild. Things have been crazy. Like,
the music industry is tough at the moment.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, you know, that right place, right time thing.
Yeah.
It is still true, but it's also like, you got to make a movement. You got to make people want to root for you.
Yeah.
So that they could believe, so somebody could finally be like, you know what?
Yeah, it is. I do agree with that. I feel like, yes, partially the music industry is quite tough at the moment, and partially it is very difficult if you're coming out on your own, and if you're trying to do it off your own back, if you're not on like a massive label, and as you say, you're funding it literally from your own pockets. It's so hard to drive it, and it is slightly like the music industry is slightly in a sense like who you know as well. Like, you just need to keep going until like it gets to that one person who can then blow that up, and then like it's kind of like a chain in that sense.
Yeah,
so it is quite hard, but you're doing it, so that's all that matters, and that's really sick. And people are like noticing you guys, and so that's really good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's refreshing, honestly. We spent a lot of time kind of just like in the shadows or being like, wish we could get bigger shows or like more people would come out or like, you know. So it's actually, it's like really refreshing to have, you know, this overwhelming positive response to, you know, our first thing in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. This is our first video in like 5.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. It's something to be like happy about as well, especially with how like good the response has been, and as you said, like how quick it's been. Like it's just been so like everyone's like, oh my god. So that's really cool.
Man, the crazy thing is you know, in secret we have more, and there are people who heard the new stuff and they are excited. Like industry people are excited. But it's not like label owners and it's just producers, you know, people who like mixing.
Yeah, but like, that's still a massive step forward.
Yeah, like it's, you know, having anybody who has been in the industry for a while, and they've been telling us, it's kind of like, it's funny because it's like it is the ultimate validation, but at the end of the day, it's still in your movement. You know, your movement has to be strong so that you can influence culture. If you ever influence culture one time, you could just be that one hit wonder that just make the money all the time.
I know, it's getting to that stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have like, no doubt.
Well, thank you. It's funny because it's like what we're about to release. A lot of our older fans are gonna be like, "What the heck is going on?"
That's always the case. So there's always that worry, I think, where like OG fans might have like
discrepancies.
Yeah, he might. Sorry, I had a notification from Zoom there. Where they might have a bit of a worry with stuff like that. But you know, that's inevitable. That's always going to happen.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I've kind of been trying to not really worry too much about like the departure from stuff because I've just been trying to. I don't know. We've kind of been trying to push this like not too much of one thing, have something for everybody, kind of, you know, approach.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, you're going to gain new followers and new fans from this anyway. And so that's even more exciting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which actually just brings me on to my final question of, are you guys working on new music? Obviously, I will be uploading this onto my Instagram IGTV. So if any of it's secret, don't say now. But if there's anything that you can say that can go online now, is there anything you're working on?
I feel like each one of us is working on new music every day, to be honest with you. Every day we're thinking about the next project. We're thinking about, okay, what's going to be, actually there's a lot of songs that didn't make it on the project. There's a lot of songs that we were working on and then we stopped because we felt like, okay, these songs are going to be on this one and then we're going to save these for next time and see where we're going to go with the next one. But like, new music every day. Everybody writes. Everybody has exciting. Like put in the band.
And the new project has kind of been mentioned a little bit. There's kind of like a taste of everything genre wise. And I was describing it to a studio friend the other day, and I was saying so the genres are kind of all over the place, but the underlying themes I feel like are pretty coherent, and like the idea of like young Black male angst in a way. It's what a lot of the songs are like speaking. So yeah.
I love that. I'm excited for that. I think that's really cool. And also I quite like that you guys aren't like necessarily sticking to like one genre. I feel like also it enables you to be more free anyway as a band if you don't just label yourself and like just have like albums that are just like the same thing. As much as I love that, you know, I think it just enables you to be a bit more free when you play around with genres and stuff.
I feel like the way music is headed right now, like, okay, so because I feel like it's funny because I was looking up something earlier and it was like, you got to find your niche to like get the most out of YouTube and all that other stuff, right? And I was like, it's funny because I feel like where music is headed, it's almost like band music in general is a niche. If you have a real drummer, you are not on the radio a lot of the time now. You are not in certain places, but then because you're a real drummer, you can get on pickup music things. Or you can get on, like you can get in these places where people are literally looking for, I want to see somebody play guitar, I want to see somebody drum,
like into
actually
music.
know what they're doing, actually know chord progressions. Like
Yeah.
You know,
And the
Musicians.
dynamics of live instrumentalists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what
Can't
we're really
replace
playing
that,
on the most.
man.
Is that we like, you know, we're an actual band who's like, you know, we're a real band. Like we actually like make up random stuff. Sometimes we're like, this is really good. Like, let's just release. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
but
100%.
You know.
Sick. Well, I'm really excited for this year and like where it takes you guys. And I'm really excited for you to release some new stuff, hopefully this year. I want to say a massive thank you for chatting with me tonight and for being our first ever IGTV on House of Wax. Hopefully we can
thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. But hopefully we can talk to you guys a bit more in the future as well.
Yeah, you know.
Of course. Definitely.
We can arrange this again. Which is nice.
Definitely.
Awesome.
When the